Flaga and Crusade, two top aces on opposite sides that shared a strange connection. In today's episode of Gundam Lore, we're having a look at how these two pilots first met on the battlefield and how Mu got his nickname, Hawk of Endymion. On May 3rd of Cosmic Era 70, in an attempt to capture the Earth Alliance's Ptolemaeus lunar base, Zaft set up an outpost in the Lawrence crater on the dark side of the moon. Located between both bases, the Grimaldi crater became their main battlefield, now known as the Grimaldi Front. Heavy fighting ensued, but despite the technological inferiority of their mobile armors, the Earth Alliance was able to withstand Zaft's onslaught for the time being. On June 2nd, this would change. Zaft sent out a task force to capture a vital Alliance supply base located in the Endymion crater. Amongst them was Crusade, commander of the Laurasia-class frigate Galvani. As one of Zaft's top pilots, he had been decorated with the Order of the Nebula for his performance during the Battle of Yggdrasil on February 22nd. This was the first major battle of the war, and had resulted in the destruction of the International Space Station Yggdrasil that the battle was named after. In response, the Earth Alliance sent out one of their best fleets to intercept the Zaft task force, the Third Fleet. Their main force was the elite Mobius Zero Squadron, and amongst them was Flaga. With their wire-guided gun barrels that required extraordinary spatial awareness, they were the only machines that could fight on equal footing with Zaft's mobile suits. However, even before they could make it to the battlefield, the tide was already turning against the Alliance. The base's defenses had been wiped out, and their advanced fleet had also taken heavy losses. Still, they pushed on. Their target? The Galvani.
Flaga, launching!
The flagship of the Third Fleet! Hit! We can't hold out much longer!
What did he say?
Meanwhile, on the bridge of the Galvani, Rao sensed something amongst the approaching Earth forces. It was almost as if someone was calling him, and because he felt like the battle had already been won, he decided to leave his post as captain of the ship and launched in his brand new Jin high maneuver type.
Crusade, launching.
Once on the battlefield, he felt a sensation coming from a particular Mobius Zero. As a result, he contacted the pilot and asked for his name. This pilot was, of course, Flaga. Now it all made sense to Rao.
It can't be you! Earth Forces pilot, what is your name?
Flaga.
I'd be quite pleased if you simply vanish right about now. This is it! This is it! Savor your victory while you...
What? What the? Has the Cyclops gone out of control?
But their battle would be cut short. The Cyclops system of the base went berserk and wiped out almost all Zaft and Alliance forces in the vicinity. The battle was over, and both Rao and Mu withdrew to whatever remained of their respective fleets.
Flaga, do you read me?
Who is that?
You and I shall meet another day. I look forward to that occasion with great anticipation.
Wait! Who are you?
My name is Crusade. You would do well to remember it.
According to official Alliance reports, the damage sustained during the battle was what caused the Cyclops system to explode. But given the fact that the Alliance was almost certainly going to lose the battle, rumors of foul play have persisted. Even though they managed to deal a blow to Zaft, it could hardly be classified as a victory. With the exception of Flaga, they had lost their most elite and irreplaceable squadron. Producing more Mobius Zeros was simple, but finding the pilots to control them was exceedingly difficult. In the aftermath of this disaster, the Earth Alliance was desperate to find any kind of positive propaganda, and so Mu was named as the hero of the battle for shooting down 5 Jins, and was given the nickname Hawk of Endymion.
I don't care about this Hawk of Endymion crap. I wasn't able to save my comrades or those poor souls on the moon. I'll keep fighting. I'm no hero, just a pilot. And the next time I meet Crusade, I'm taking him out.
As for Rao, he was given command of the new Nazca-class destroyer, Vesalius. And that's all for this episode of Gundam Lore. Instead of doing a manga story, I thought I'd mix it up with a game story. Even though game stories are typically equally uncanonical, this story, along with the other side stories of Never Ending Tomorrow, fit in perfectly with the established Gundam Seed lore. The game, on the other hand, is a bit more meh. It's kind of like a watered-down Encounters in Space, but with less features. And talking about Encounters in Space, apparently they couldn't afford to license the Gundam Seed soundtrack for the American version because they just used the Encounters in Space soundtrack instead of the Gundam Seed soundtrack. Guys, it's a mediocre anime game. Listening to the anime soundtrack is part of the appeal of these kinds of games. Regardless, it's still fun to play in short bursts, but it's by no means an amazing game. It's also not an absolute dumpster fire like some professional reviewers made it out to be. So let me know what you thought of this, and maybe I'll try tackling some other in-game stories too. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope all of you watching have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.